So we haven't met for a while. How long have we?
I met you when I arrived in Sydney, like once. I think it was April, May, something like this. We went to Bondi Beach together.
Yeah, and now we have this amazing app. It's called ColdInbox.
Yeah,
So how all this started? What's the story behind the ColdInbox?
you know, like I arrived in Sydney last March, and I had to find a job because I had only $1,000 with me, and it was quite important for me to find a job as soon as possible. So it was super difficult because you try to reach all the company owners and all the CEO in my case, because I'm in the startup environment. I always work with startups since I start to work in my life. So you have to reach all the CEOs and say, hey, are you hiring someone in your company? And it was so long and so difficult to do that. So I just built a tool with my friend that can send LinkedIn message at scale. You write a message, hey, are you hiring? For example, you click on send and you can reach all the CEOs, for example, in Sydney. So now this tool have another purpose. I'm not looking to work in a company. I build a company around this product, and we help people to reach and engage with their prospect on LinkedIn at scale.
That's really smart. That's usually how business works. You have a problem yourself at first, and you solve that problem, and now you want to help more people.
Yeah, exactly.
It's really cool. So what's the difference between your product ColdInbox and the LinkedIn email?
Yeah, so basically LinkedIn email is the official tool from LinkedIn. ColdInbox is the same results, but cheaper and more efficient. Basically, we are using LinkedIn to target people and to engage with them. This means when you are looking for people, you start searching for them on LinkedIn. So for example, you search all the CEO in Sydney, you will get a list of CEOs on LinkedIn. You pass the URL and you put it in our tool.
So I noticed that there are more and more spams and automated messages on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
So what's the features that ColdInbox provides to avoid that?
Like the main feature that ColdInbox provides is personalization. So basically when you will use ColdInbox, you will write, hey, first name, I know that you are the CEO of company, would you like to meet? And all the CEOs that will receive this message, they will receive, hey, Alexander, I know you are the CEO of truemedia.com. Hey, Julian, I know that you are the CEO of arcadium.com. And that's personalization. You use meta tag in ColdInbox, such as first name company, and each time you send it to your prospect, we will personalize the message with their name and their key information. Yeah.
So you know, I haven't been using messages. I haven't been sending out messages a lot in Australia, but in China we do have this thing that the website can detect if it's a robot who sends messages, and if you send out too many, let's say if you send out 20 messages within 10 minutes, then the system will automatically shut you off. So is there your app, does it do something to avoid that?
So I think nothing is perfect, obviously, but now at the moment we have sent more than 30,000 LinkedIn message in like 2 months, and we have some really robust use case to demonstrate that with our last user we didn't have any problem with the with LinkedIn bans and all these kind of things, because we are using personalization, so each message are different even if you are using the same template. And the second point is we are doing pause between each message. So for example, if you send 1,000 message this week, we will do a pause of 30 seconds between each message, and after 10 message we will wait, for example, 5 minutes or 10 minutes, and that's how making pause between each message sent and personalization we can stay under like the radar of LinkedIn algorithm basically.
So now this has been used so now this So now this software has been used for 6 months,
Yeah.
and no one was
Yeah.
banned or tagged or like marked or flagged
Yeah.
by LinkedIn.
No.
Everything is fine.
Yeah, everything is fine.
It's really good to know.
Yeah.
So who's your target audience and who's using your product at this moment?
So at the moment, we start with solo entrepreneurs, consultants, speakers. They organize seminars in Sydney, and some other organize webinars, so online events. And they need to have people because they are good at selling services on stage, but they don't know how to get participants to their event. So they are using ColdInbox to get attendees for their event, basically. And we also work with some startup people who need to get their business development manager generate more leads.
You didn't create this marketing tool alone, right?
Yeah.
So who is your co-founder and how are you working with him together?
Yeah, so my co-founder is a friend, like a really good friend of mine called Mohamed Hassan Mami. We meet like maybe 4 years ago, something like this. And since we always had idea of product to develop, and we had this idea this year, so we spent a few months to develop the product, and we are working remotely. So he is based in Paris, I'm based in Sydney, and like this project ColdInbox is also to demonstrate that it's possible to build online business even if your co-founder is based in another country. So we are working remotely. We work together. I think we are a quite good duo because like everyone is good in one specific field. And I think like when you build like some digital product today, you need to have digital marketing skills and computer development.
So for the people who bought ColdInbox, who has a subscription to ColdInbox, how can their business become successful with this tool?
Yeah, so I think like first they have to understand what problems they are solving with their product and what's their target audience. If they don't know that, ColdInbox can help, but not as good as if they understand perfectly who are their target audience. After that, if they know that, there's key information, what they can do is they can reach all of these people, all of their prospects, they can receive a message from our customer. So it means like, for example, if you are looking for IT manager in the oil industry, it means that in Australia, for example, each IT manager in this industry can receive a message from you for $25 a month. That's nothing. Basically, if you was using Facebook ads, YouTube ads, LinkedIn ads, you will have to pay thousands and thousands in dollars of advertising. With ColdInbox, you can send 500 messages for $55 and reach 500 IT managers that you will be sure they will receive a message from you. So that's the main difference. After, what you have to do is to know your target audience. That's really important. Know your target audience, know your company product, and also push valuable content. As I said before, like if you are trying to do some direct sales, people will read your message, but they will don't buy your product because they don't know you. And there is a Gary Vee. I don't really like what he do, but I remember this sentence from him. His first book was jab, 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 hook. It's mean like give, 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 ask. And he explained basically on digital business that you have to give value, give value, give value to your prospect to after ask them to pay online. And I think it's what our customer need to do, and we try to educate them on this side, is to push them to give free content such as ebook, white paper, to organize a webinar, online event about a specific topic, and to don't sell directly through a first LinkedIn message. So I think all these things will make our customer really successful with ColdInbox.
So is there any similar tool on LinkedIn that's similar to ColdInbox?
Yes, there is.
Okay.
There is 5 tools at the moment on this niche market. they are all good, I think. Like the difference with us is that we want to make our product accessible for non-technical person, and we make everything that we can to make ColdInbox easier to use compared to our competitor. Yeah, so I think that's the main difference. Yeah, we have a Chrome extension, so I don't know if you know what's Chrome extension.
Yes, yeah.
So quite easy to use. Once you download ColdInbox, it's in on your Chrome browser, so you just need to click paste the URL, write your message, click on send, and that's it. So I think that's what make our product successful today.